Hey, Kings and Queens, how we doing today? Today for our Three Crowns conversation, we'll be speaking about why peaceful people trigger chaotic people, okay? The scripture we'll be reading today is coming out of Romans 8 and 6. It states, "The mind governed by the flesh is death, but the mind governed by the spirit is life and peace." And Kings and Queens, I love this conversation. I love this scripture because basically, God is saying, if you do not have God in your life, then you will not have peace. But if you have God in your life, then you will be peaceful. All right, now, a lot of people get triggered from peaceful people, not understanding that the peace that surpasses all understanding is available to everyone. But there's some people that will see your life and be like, I hate that she lives a peaceful life. Well, you can have this too, but instead they choose to hate. Peaceful people have actually put full dependence on the Most High God. All right? And they refuse to deal with the people that live in chaos. All right, it's just not their portion. They choose, no, I just don't want to. And I do it because I was like, when God introduced peace into my life, it felt so good to not deal with all the drama and all that kind of stuff. I was like, okay, I want to do this on a regular basis. And the thing about it is, with peace, it's not loud, okay? It's very quiet, it's very serene, it's very balanced. And to the chaotic person, this is unfamiliar. It's like I've met plenty of people in my lifetime that couldn't even be peaceful under my same roof because they preferred to have some drama or some fights going on. It just made them feel more comfortable. And I didn't even know it was a thing until I experienced being married to someone that actually wanted chaos. Total chaos. They was never comfortable with it just being a peaceful environment, everything going well, everything going good. And so what I noticed is because they lived in chaos so much that it really started to trigger my nervous system. It triggered everything that I did. It exposed a lot of the dysfunction in the household or whatever the case may be. And so when I got away from that situation, I chose to just live in peace. And if that required me to be without that person and, to be able to get my peace, I chose God. God is a God of peace. And so I've been happy ever since. I mean, I'm very, 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 very happy and peaceful right now. And this is my normal state. And so, like you've heard me say before in some of my other podcasts, if anyone that's in your life is not bringing you additional peace, they don't need to be there. So I'm already a peaceful person, but if you come into my life, you better be bringing some peace as well. I'm not about to ever deal with nobody that's chaotic ever again because I like my nervous system and I like to be peaceful. But what I notice is now that I'm peaceful, the people, the onlookers, because they still trying to see what I got going on, which is odd to me. They got all new lives and everybody in the background, they still worried about my peaceful life. Maybe because they're curious about how I continue to be peaceful. But at the end of the day, they live in chaos and I'm still peaceful. And it's like, hey, if I'm demonstrating what I'm doing, then maybe you should do that too if you want to be peaceful. All right. One thing I'm not going to do is I'm not going to sit up here and remove myself from the peaceful life that I am in currently and go back into that chaos. I refuse. So what I did was I went ahead and just cut everything that had to do with chaos, drama, any of that malicious thing, anything that was not adding up to peace, I removed it. All right, because it wasn't stable. And I'm all about stability and balance. And once that started to change, and I knew that it wasn't my portion, I knew that it wasn't for me. All right. And so now you got a whole bunch of people that feel like it's a personal attack to them because you're a peaceful person. It's like, wait a minute. Instead of you looking at the fact that You actually bring drama and chaos, and this is the normal state for you. Instead of you looking at why you feel that way, or why you're comfortable in that, you got a problem with me being peaceful now. Yes, I'm going to be very peaceful because I'm not dealing with none of that. There's nothing bigger than my peace, all right? If it doesn't bring peace, I don't want to be a part of it. I just chose, But a lot of people, it just offends them, and it's like, how? How is it offending you in any type of way? You could have the same thing for yourself. You choose to actually be chaotic. You choose drama. You don't choose peace. So how am I offending you in any type of way? And so what you'll notice, kings and queens, is you'll notice that people want to bully you out of your peace, if you will. They don't want you to be peaceful. So what do? They try to personally attack you. They try to talk about you. They try to interrupt your platforms. They try to, say whatever they can. They try to do things in the background and try to slander your name and try to make you seem like you're the most horrible person in the world, all because you peaceful. And what that told me, kings and queens, is okay, I'm over here minding my business. I'm over here peaceful. I'm doing me. I'm with God. I'm in a serene place. I'm just really embracing the quietness of my situation. What that told me is I absolutely don't want you back into my life. I don't want you to be a part of me. Because if I'm all the way over here doing me by myself with God, and I'm still on your mind, that means that you just like drama. You just like to always keep up shit. You just like, you want to interrupt my peace at that point, and I absolutely don't want you around me. I don't want you nowhere near me. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that you don't have no access to me at this point. All right? Because now you offended by my peace. How? And I'm not even around you. I'm not by you. I'm not even thinking about you. There's no reason why I should ever be a thought in your mind at this point, because I'm not a part of your life, kings and queens. And so you want to look at that. You want to look at how, you being peaceful. Now people want to come back into your life to interrupt that peace. You want to look at that. You want to look at who you associate yourself with. You want to look at if what they're talking about, their agenda, is more important than your peace. And if God even wants that for you as your portion. A lot of times God will remove you out of situations so you can experience peace. All right. And when he does that, he don't want you to go back to that same confusion and that chaos that he delivered you from. He don't want that to be your portion. All right. And so real people that actually have experienced peace after all that total chaos, they know that damn well that God don't have to say it. We're going to say it for ourselves. We do not want to be around you no more. We don't want to be a part of none of that. We don't want to be a part of none of that. Because we happy over here. We happy with the Lord, and we happy with our peace. All right, kings and queens. That's something you need to think about. All right. If you've never experienced peace yet, I encourage you to speak to God about putting you in a position and removing anything around you that does not serve you, that does not bring you peace. Ask God to remove you and remove them out of your life. And trust and believe. You'll never want to go back. All right. I'll talk to you soon. I love you so much.